Hey Silos, CyberLoverrr here. The strong you see right here is my D&D character from a campaign that my brother hosts, and I want to show you guys the very awesome, definitely not super long, speed paint of me drawing this. The strong took me about an hour, and the speed paint, I've dumbed it down to like 30 minutes. I do hope you really enjoy this though, because it took me a lot of time, and I still don't have an intro, and I'm just not processing that. But you know, it took me a lot of time, and I just really hope you guys appreciate it as much as I did, because it was really fun to draw. And you know, it's the small things that count. And in this speed paint, I think I'm going to speak about the art process, like my art journey in its own. But I'm gonna stop yapping now and get straight into the speed paint. What is art? So art is genuinely just creativity. It is the creative mindset of making or creating something. It is like a form of expressing yourself for a lot of people, and rightfully so for me. I do different kinds of arts, like I draw, I play the bass, I like to make crafts, I cosplay, I create these videos, I do all different types of art, and I think art's honestly a really important thing in this world, in this society, because like, how else will most people express themselves when they don't really have much to say, you know? But however, this is speaking about my art journey, and not everybody's is the same. And I would love to hear your art journey if you're willing to share, so feel free to comment and tell me about it, because genuinely I'd be honored to hear. I'm just realizing how many times I move the screen in this. Oh my gosh, like I zoom in and out so much. But so it's genuinely a fun process for me. I'm not the best at art, I'm not the best at drawing or anything digital, not digital, but I think I'm pretty good. Not perfect, nobody is, but I'm decent enough. Also, if you hear the Discord thing in my background, ignore that. I'm in a call with my cousins. I'm on Do Not Disturb. Now, before we get into my process, I think we should first talk about who I am. If you don't know me, which you probably don't, hi, I'm CyberLoverrr online, or if you know me in person, probably know me by Naomi or Nai. I personally prefer the nickname Noms. I have a friend who calls me Nom Nom, and I love that. And when he calls me Nomi. But I am CyberLoverrr, or Naomi, or Nai, or Nai, or Noms, whatever you want to call me. I'm perfectly fine with any pronouns. I am a she/they. Pansexual, but I'd say that I'm probably really happy to be myself. So, with that being said, let's go back to the art journey. Now, when I started, I wouldn't say I was good. I definitely wasn't. I've been drawing for years, since I was like a child, a small child. Granted, I'm still legally a child, but since I was a small child. And one thing you do learn is it's okay to not be the best. I'm genuinely not proud of my old art. Like when I started digital art, I'm not proud of my old art. And it's mainly because I used to trace. I would take other people's art I found on Pinterest and I would trace it and just recolor it. And honestly, it's one of the worst things you can do. It wasn't worth it. I am happy I can draw now, but what I had to do in order to get here, I'm not proud of it. Because I could have skipped that and I could have done so much more. But I didn't. And that's completely my fault. I will say, I still, like, my art today is so heavily influenced by other people's art. I will go on, like Pinterest and stuff, and I'll look at other people's art, and I'll be like, this is cute, I'm going to use this as my inspo. Now, that is different because I'm not directly tracing. But what I used to do is I would go on and I would take other people's art that I found and I would trace it. I did start to learn how to actually draw after a bit, and I will say I was pretty proud of what I did. Granted, it's definitely not the art style I go for now. It's nowhere near how I draw currently, but it was something. Another thing I learned is I spent some time learning animation. I wasn't good at animation, but I spent some time learning how to animate. I worked on my own manga. I did a lot, and for the sole purpose of I know how to do this, and I want to do it. And you know what? That means a lot more than it ever should. Because I think one of the most important things are knowing yourself and knowing what you do and enjoying what you do. So I feel like, to me, that's quite the important thing. Granted, there were some ups and there were some downs in my art journey. Quite a lot. But I think every experience is unique. Every experience is needed. And you learn. You learn from everything you do, honestly. And you get better as you go. I know it's such a cliche thing to say because everybody says that. Oh, it takes time, you get better. But I genuinely mean that. It takes so much time. And as you draw, you start to get better. Even now, if you look at my, the way I shade and render and stuff, it wasn't just me who came up with this. No, I got this from a YouTuber whose name I do not remember at the exact moment, but I love her. She's really great. I love watching her. I'm in her Discord and everything. Like, she's great, and she helped me a lot. It was really influential. Because I watched her tutorial. I didn't fully take everything she did in that tutorial, however. I took some of it and then went on my own way with it. Which, I mean, I guess I could have done completely her thing, but my thing is, art's supposed to be unique. There's no reason to completely copy what somebody else is doing. Though hers did really very much help me learn how to render, and yeah, I'm really happy that I stumbled across her video, and it was the first video of hers I ever watched, and now I've become such a big fan of hers. My thing is, I'm fans of people, but I don't comment on their stuff, you know? Like, I love you and I love your stuff, but I don't have the patience to comment Oh my gosh, I'm falling asleep. I'm sorry, I'm recording this at 10 p.m. But, so it's like, I love you, but I don't have the patience for that. I can't sit here and comment, and I just want to watch it, you know? Like, I just need to watch it. And so I did. And it means a lot. I watch a lot of artists on YouTube, and they genuinely resonate with me. But the thing is, I would like to say, I also watch like other people. If you look at my channel, this is my first art video I'm actually posting. Most videos were all like Minecraft and Roblox and stuff. I love Minecraft. Minecraft's one of my favorite games. No, it's not one of my favorites. But on that note, I watch a lot of Minecraft YouTubers. Like, for example, we'll go with Tommy in it, who I was watching as I created this video. I don't know when I'm posting this video, but I know as of the day that I've recorded this, it has been a full 3 years since the YouTuber Technoblade has passed. And that's pretty sad. That is genuinely really sad, because, you know, something in my head was always telling me, one day I'm going to be in Minecraft against Technoblade. I'm gonna meet Technoblade. I'm gonna go against him at NCC one day. And that day never got to come. It's been a full 3 years since I was thinking this has to be some kind of cruel joke. But it's not. And I'd like to mark on how much YouTubers have influenced all of us, and it's genuinely an influence that we need. It helps us so much. It's genuinely something that helps people be themselves. I watch so many YouTubers and streamers too. Like, I have comfort streamers like AMZ and Gucky, and I think people tend to forget YouTubers and stuff. They're also just people. They have interests, they have people they like to watch. We're all human at the end of the day. And I think we all need to like understand each other more. But again, that's not my place to mark, it's not my place to tell, it's not my place to say. I do yap quite a lot, I will say. None of this is scripted, this is just coming off my half-asleep brain. There are people who made my art journey more bearable as well. Like, people who supported me. Like my friend, my best friend, who was later known, so it was earlier known by a different name by people in our lives, me included. We called her something different, but currently they go by Fran, and that is what I will call them by, because I absolutely adore that for them finding themselves, and it means so much to me. I'm so happy to be friends with them. They mean so much to me. Another thing that helped me a lot was using references and drawing bases. But also, if you find like your community, your group of people, servers, people on TikTok, YouTube, whatever, Twitter or X, on Instagram, or whatever platforms you use, Space Hay, it doesn't matter. As long as you find people in the same community as you never feel alone. And those people really helped me. I would like to say though, I feel like I helped myself the most, if that makes sense, more than anybody else. I help myself. I'm sorry if my voice is really hard to understand. My apologies. But yeah, no, I did help myself the most. And art's been one of my comforts for a very long time. I used to make gotcha videos, which were never popular. I used to make gotcha videos. I hope to be a fashion designer one day. That's my all-time life goal. But I want to focus on the now, which is I like to draw, and I want to start doing commissions. My thing is, who wants to buy my art? Like, I will open eBay and start commissions, like custom commissions and stuff. I just need to know there's people who will genuinely want my art. Because it's not the best. I'm a beginner. But I feel like I love it. Granted, I wouldn't charge a lot. I'd charge like $10, $5. Because, again, I'm a beginner and I suck. But I do feel the need to, like, make some kind of profit in life. Some kind of money for myself. And, yeah. But, back to what I was saying before. There's so many YouTubers, and they genuinely mean, like, a lot. They help me through this process. I think anime is another thing that helped me through this process. I can even show some of my, like, manga panels that I've been working on. Some of my old ones and more recent ones. They definitely, make me feel better. I haven't even released the next chapter of my manga. I'm still on chapter 1. But I feel like so many people get overlooked so much, and they shouldn't. Like, I get there's all the big YouTubers and the big people and stuff, but I think we should take some time to appreciate the small people. It doesn't have to be me, just some of the other people who maybe are a little bit less recognized than they should be. And it means a lot that we, like, I feel like the art community is one of the most toxic places. I'm drinking water, by the way. Remember to drink water. It's really important. Anyways, the art community is one of the most toxic places. Art schools. You know, the urge to, like, this person's art is better than mine. Why? Or maybe it's just AI, because AI art is really popular right now and it shouldn't be. But overall, this community is one of the ones where we need to support each other, because the community itself is way too negative, and it's one of the ones where we need to stick together. I do have a rule, though, that I am not to go on my phone while I record, so if it sounds like I'm losing interest, that's probably why. See, in life, I need one of those, like, Subway Surfer videos, like Subway Surfer highlights playing anytime I do anything. Because watching my own art speed paint, it's not interesting. Watching other people's speed paints are. Watching my own speed paint, rather boring. But it's a beauty. I do love her. I want to speak more on the character that I'm drawing, though, instead of just the art process, which is long, if you couldn't tell. So let's speak more on the character. This character right here is my D&D character from my brother's campaign. Her name is Lukia Kiv. Lukia means light, or like of light, right? And bringer of light and stuff like that. Well, it more falls into her backstory. She has a very deep backstory that I feel like isn't okay. It's not the best, but I feel like she needed something to resonate with her, like, because I couldn't just make her bloodthirsty, and she's barbarian. I couldn't just make her bloodthirsty though. So I had to make it make sense. This is a mercenary campaign, so we are all mercenaries. Me, my brother, and my mom. Which I don't like my mom, but it's okay. We're gonna ignore that for now. Her backstory, which I am turning on my phone for this, by the way. You're welcome. I love you guys. Her backstory is probably one of the saddest things I've written. So her alignment is neutral evil. She's a female. She has hazel eyes, which I struggled to draw, but we don't talk about that. She's about 6'1", so she's pretty tall compared to the others. She has white hair and pale skin. She's 26 years old. She has a hidden compassion. However, she is strong-willed and like driven by anger. But the thing I want to focus on the most is her backstory, which I will now read to you and exaggerate when needed. I sought knowledge, I found war, now I seek only blood. Born in the smoldering shadow of an endless conflict, Lukia was a quiet, curious kid raised in the ruins of a library-turned refugee? I don't know how to pronounce that word, I've never known. Anyways, her homeland was perpetual battleground, and books became her only sanctuary. Among the shattered stone and smoke-stained parchment, she studied history, warfare, and arcane knowledge. Not for power, but for understanding. Lukia's best friend, a brave and reckless soul, was her opposite. A child soldier, always itching for a fight, always ready to protect the weak. They made a vow as children. One would end war through wisdom, the other through strength. But war devours promises. In a brutal siege, her friend was killed right in front of her eyes, burned alive while buying time for the villagers to escape. That day, something inside Lukia snapped. The sage buried the scholar and let the mercenary rise. Lukia joined a mercenary band, once to survive, now to kill. But unlike the others, she fights with a cold, surgical precision. She dissects the battlefield like a scholar analyzes a scroll. She tracks enemies like prey, cataloging every tactic, every kill. She's not mindless in her rage. She's meticulous. She doesn't just kill for gold. She kills to understand the anatomy of war. She kills to avenge her friend. She kills because knowledge alone couldn't save her. She still carries her old books, blood-stained, scorched, and annotated with the names of warlords and tyrants she plans to kill. Some say she's a scholar of death. Lukia doesn't correct them because they're not wrong. To elaborate on that, 2-minute backstory. So Lukia was one of those kind kids. She sat, she read, she didn't engage in the war happening around her until there was in the midst of battle. It was a lot. She made a promise with her best friend. It was, okay, one of us are going to make it out of this war with just wisdom, the other through fighting. And the war kind of broke that promise, because her best friend then sacrificed herself to the oh my gosh, why can I think, to the enemy in order to buy time for the rest of the village to escape and run away, basically. So she had to sit there and watch as her best friend got burned alive directly in front of her face. So it definitely isn't one of the happiest moments, but that snapped something in her, and she was like, wow, I need to be fighting. I need to do better. I need to fight harder. And so she did. And she chose to join the Mercenary Guild, which I still feel there is more deeper to uncover behind this. If you want, I can make like a webtoon or something about this entire storyline, like the entire storyline of my of our D&D campaign and stuff. Like, I wrote down everything that happened so far. But something like, she joined the mercenary band. I feel like there's more to be uncovered behind her joining the mercenaries, though, because her fighting style, she uses a great axe, which is the same as, like, she goes into rage mode and reckless attacks a lot, which is the same as her the boss of their mercenaries. So, you know, I really do think that there's more to be uncovered. There is lightning outside. Oh my gosh, there's lightning outside my house. Anyways, so I do really think there's more to be uncovered there. Especially as to, like, why they have the same fighting style exactly. Did he train her? Why did she join the mercenary band? Was it really just to survive? And now, I don't really know that because it's my story, and I haven't written that far. But what I feel is I need to go deeper into her backstory. I do also plan to draw her as a child, because that's a really important part of her backstory. When the whole war was happening, it's really important in her backstory. But I've been yapping for long enough, and this video is about to come to an end. So I'd just like to say here, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, as someone who is probably one of the on the smaller side of YouTube. Not probably, definitely on the smaller side of YouTube. I would really appreciate that. But I'm not here just to sit here and yap. I'm also here to say thank you. Thank you for watching this entire video. It means a lot to me. Please let me know if you do want to see commissions from me and stuff, because I would love. My boyfriend texted me. Oh my gosh, I'm such a simp. I'm sorry. He says you look gorgeous. Anyways, sorry. That just made me really happy for no reason. Anyways, yeah, no, if you want to see those commissions from me, please let me know, because I would gladly, like, do them. Just let me know when you want a commission and what you want to commission. Like, I can start, like, a whole eBay, Etsy, whatever, probably Etsy. Can start an Etsy for them, for anyone who wants my commissions, and we can message on Etsy about them. Again, I'm probably going to charge not a lot, like $10, $5. I'll probably settle with like $7. It's really based on how much money I'd make off of them. Get me? I've been yapping for 30 minutes. I find that crazy. I am really annoying. You know, I do really love art, and I would love to be able to make some kind of profit off of it. Also, I hope you love my fan in the background. It's so beautiful, isn't it? As I said before, I'm not the best at art. Literally, the only drawings that have recently turned out this good are this one and the 2 I did before it. Well, I guess the 3 I did before it, but that one I didn't really like that much. It's when I was learning how to render it, though, so I guess it's an important part. Here I am, just writing my watermark. I will say I looked at my Hatsune Miku drawing, or not drawing, my Hatsune Miku poster quite a lot during this process. It didn't very much help me in parts where I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about myself. I'm a huge anime fan. But, I guess we'll talk about that next time, because we kind of ran out of time here. Okay, I'll let this video finish itself. Please subscribe, and bye bye. I love you guys. Please be safe. There's a lot going on in the world right now, especially LGBTQs. Be safe. I love you all. Every last one of you. Mwah.